It's time! Let's do this!
Now the phones start ringing round the clock.
Cutting up, slipping into
The deep and dreamless sleep. Flurries fall on my lonely home.
Ready? Hey guys. Hey guys. Wow, it's been that long, huh? Hello. Welcome. After a year or so, welcome back to Garroott Weezer Wednesday. Is it a Wednesday? Fuck no. But, you know what is here? Weezer. Weezer is back, baby. They've been teasing this new album for months now, since like, God, when did Shine Again come out? Either way, they were teasing it. They were teasing like this new color book. Then came Shine Again. Then we got the album announcement, and then it came out. It has been out for a few hours now. Sorry, I just got to it now. But we're finally here, ready to indulge in another Weezer installment. I'm very excited. I mean, you should be excited. These are the guys that we need to look out for in the year. Look at them. Look at them. All dressed up, and then, well, Rivers is kind of playing the part. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I probably would have had some spiel planned out, but I kind of just wanted to go in raw. This is pretty much as off the cuff as could be for an intro. Weezer, Rivers and the Gang, has a new album after the almost 4-year wait of the season's EPs. I know we had our little Blue Album celebratory rollout in 2024, but this is our first time getting a new batch of songs since 2022, which, you know, if you've been waiting for that long, you know, it's been a long 4 years for you, I guess. I've been on my Weezer playlist during the day. I listen to Seasons Winter front to back. It's still a pretty good EP. Probably the best out of the Seasons saga. Deep and Dreamless Sleep. I mean, what a way to end it. What a way to end it. Everything on it is pretty good still. But enough of that. Not talking about that. Not talking about the White Album or Van Weezer or the Red Album. We're here for the Gold. We're here for the best. #1 Gold Album. There's no people on it. It's just the Weezer hand sign and a bunch of symbols that probably mean something, but I haven't looked too deep into it. Maybe Genius can tell me, but we'll see. The singles have been pretty good. Shine Again was a grower on me at first, especially because it's just such a, I don't know, such a slow song. It was weird to get for the first time, you know, getting a new song in a while, and it's Shine Again. But I've kind of grown onto it. We Might As Well Be Strangers is probably the best single they have. CEO is pretty fun if you like the sort of song. I know there's been criticisms about it just being a part 2 to that, and maybe it sounds redundant considering that Rivers has talked about, you know, not wanting to be the, you know, playing the old stuff all the time, the 90s stuff all the time, which he has kind of been talking about since Everything Will Be Alright in the end. But I digress. It's still a pretty cool, little heavy song. I mean, I do like the sort of song, so I mean, like, another song that kind of sounds like it is a little meta, and Weezer's in Rivers' own words. So yeah. Usually with the Weezer formula, there are 7 other songs that we need to get through in a nice little half an hour. So I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I want you all to savor this. Savor this moment right now. This is album 20 from Weezer. Have all 20 albums been the greatest? Yes. Yes, they have. What, you think I'm gonna be honest here? No. It's time to glaze them. Okay, maybe Gratitude, you know. anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna listen to it, maybe think about it a little bit, and then maybe we can rank it somewhere, you know, a little ranking system that I had, you know. The Garroott Weezer Wednesday series is back for one time only, and until the next album comes out, which is probably gonna be in a couple years, hopefully. I don't know. I am ready to get into it. I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready to see what I like, but we gotta get through formalities first, don't we? Well, unreviewed by the way. Weezer, the Gold Album, is the 20th album by Weezer, set to release August 21st, 2026. It is, it's release day. It is their first color album since 2019. And the 7th self-titled by the band. Ideas for Weezer's 20th album were being thrown around as early as September 2022, with early threads on Mr. Rivers' Neighborhood, implying Rivers Cuomo looking into having the album be self-titled, a concept the band had not revisited since 2019's The Black Album. During 2023, Cuomo had opened up a channel on his Discord server, Mr. Rivers' Neighborhood, called Purple, Pink, Orange, Yellow Album, implying his interest in making the album subtitled in the vein of the previous album. Okay, I'm pretty sure Mark Believe already has something like this. Okay, yep. March 20th. We've been getting this album a lot since March. Jesus. Official release April 1st, June 3rd. Might as well be strangers. And then we're finally here. By the way, shout out Kenny Beats. I know he also released with Denzel Curry tonight. I will look at that after this, probably off camera. But yeah, probably no video on that, but shout out Denzel Curry. Producing for Denzel Curry and Weezer is like, you're trying to target this towards me because I like both of them. And it's kind of like the same vein of when I saw that Vince Staples and Denzel Curry would be on JPEG Mafia's album in 2024. So it's like, these guys know how to cater towards me. And I'm liking it. You know what? I'm liking it. I'm buying what you're selling, all right? You don't have to... I'm easy with it. But anyway, enough about that. Enough about the ramblings, enough about the yapping. I could probably yap way too long for this. Time to finally just let loose. Indulge yourself and join the gathering. Because it's time for Weezer. Weezer, the Gold Album. Weezer. August 21st, 2026. 10 songs, 32 minutes, 51 seconds. Track number 1. Say Yes. I'm saying yes.
Drag me down.
Don't drag us down. Knock down, drag. Sorry.
So scared that I'll never... Everybody...
Sorry. I just have to mention it. I knew I was gonna mention it somewhere, but I think right now is the best time to mention it. I think this is the question that everyone has on their mind right now. Why is Rivers gold? Why is he all dressed up? Why is he gold? Well, shouldn't it be pretty obvious? Because he played Five Nights at Freddy's, right? He's getting into the lore, right? He's Golden Freddy. It's not Golden Freddy anymore. It's Golden Rivers. Editors of the Weezer community, can we edit Rivers Cuomo sitting down at the Jimmy Kimmel Fallon? Edit him sitting there and then edit him sitting as Golden Freddy now. Thank you, Weezer community. And that is why he is dressed up in gold. No other reason. He just likes Five Nights at Freddy's, guys. Golden Rivers, dude. Look at that guy. Look at this guy. Look at his beautiful golden face. Jesus Christ.
It's gonna make me feel so afraid. Play the game.
The game? Okay. Okay, Beatles reference. Okay, just keep flowing, bro. I know the drill. I say it after every outro.
The most of it, and when I get there, I will not be shy.
No.
Say
Yes. Say yes.
like you
Say yes.
They'll frighten you, gaslight. Don't ever go back.
Okay, hold on. Okay. You know what? Welcome back, Van Weezer. The greatest Weezer album ever to be released in 2021. I'm down if you're down. Say yes. Like Yoko to John. Ooh.
What else can I do? I don't believe that it's true. Say
And there we go. That is our first taste of the album, front to back. Well, the front end, I guess. Album of the year! Let's go! 10 out of 10! Okay. Anyway. Yeah. If the singles haven't been telling you, we are getting in that little rockin' bag. I did bring up Van Weezer. It did just give me that little bit of that Van Weezer vibe. But then again, that's just because I've just been having that goddamn aesthetic in my mind for some reason. It does give me like a little bit of Van Weezer vibe, but the rocking tune is nice. It's like they speed up a bit. Okay, we get a little bit of a tempo change, huh? River's talking about his like insecurities, his doubts, and I guess just to make himself feel more confident in whatever he wants to do, even if he might not believe it. He's just gonna just keep his head high, put his doubts in the closet, and just say, yeah, I can do it, no matter what. Don't care. I'm gonna do it anyways, because I'm fucking Rivers Cuomo. I'm the Weezer guy. I'm Mr. Album 20, you know. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Also, Yoko to John. We're gonna, you know, like I said, this is practically the Beatles reincarnated, you know. This is what John, Paul, George, and Bongo would have loved, you know, God rest all their souls. This is they would have wanted Weezer to carry the flame and, you know, keep the name, keep the legacy, keep the integrity of music alive. But yeah, pretty cool opening track. Next track is the first single we've gotten ever. Shine Again. The car door turn signals. The dishes each task on my list. And I will tell you, you were always great to know and see. So great again. Sun inside, shine again. Shine again. Forgotten the reason I'll keep rising. Remember how it feels. Bright again. We'll shine again. The sun, shine again. God damn. Yeah, but like I said, the best part about this song is the chorus. It's just the like the way he just exudes the like, you know, hey, life's monotone, but hey, tomorrow the sun inside will shine again, shine again. So good. And the guitar tone is muddy, heavy, still heavy as ever, like I said on the short. That's probably my favorite part, even if the chorus is pretty simple, but you know, Weezer's been known to simplify stuff. But the burn, it's like a love it or hate it kind of thing. I've learned to let it grow on me and like the overall feeling of this track. But something I want to mention here is the fact that all of these annotations have been getting like completely disliked. I guess like maybe people are getting a little too deep for a Weezer track. The first verse section seems to be Patrick Wilson reminiscing about his life with his first wife, Jennifer, whom he was married to from 1994 until 2013, when she sadly passed away from a battle with cancer. This is the first time I'm hearing this. Jeez, well, I did. This is the first time they mentioned this. The lyrics seem to be him reflecting on those early mornings where he took the kids to school, shared good morning kisses, and did his routine chores. It could also be him doing all of the chores that she once did, nailing each task on my list. This then goes into the pre-chorus where it could be interpreted as Pat trying to hold on to those memories and remember how it feels. He feels sad he is starting to forget, but the sun will shine again. He is learning to move on. Okay, yeah, this does seem a little too deep and a little too in-depth for a Weezer track, but, you know, I'm not gonna, like, knock your jive for trying to, like, make something way deeper than it really probably is. It could just be Rivers just, like, you know, being bored with everyday chores, but maybe the next day, you know, I kind of agree with the last few sentences, like, hey, maybe the next day will be better, maybe the next day will be a little bit brighter. Or I guess, you know, kind of things like, hey, maybe life sucks, but you just gotta move forward. Sun will always come up, sun will always go down, sun will always go up. So, you know, I guess you could try to make something out of something that isn't that deep. It actually kind of reminds me of this image. It reminds me of oh Jesus Christ, why is it so pixelated? Sorry. It just reminds me of this image for some reason. It's like I'm just thinking of Rivers just like looking at that annotation and be like, oh, or Pat sent to this kind of about Patrick in that it's like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess so. God. Fujimoto! Death. War. The Big Lebowski. Alright. Alright. There are many things in this world that humanity would be happier without. Oh, Chainsaw folk. Oh, Chainsaw man. God, I love you, Fujimoto. You never did anything wrong. You'll never do anything wrong in your entire life. But yeah. Cool track. Cool track. I love it. I'm loving the guitar tone on that one. Pretty nuts. Pretty gnarly. Track number 3. Don't make it weird. Too late. Too late, buddy. Hello? Kenny Beats, what are you making these guys do?
I tried to make small talk.
What the fuck?
Feels like I'm lost in the wilderness. Please let it be.
Oh, another Beatles reference. Let's go.
Some people call me River.
Yeah, a lot of people would call you that.
It's like I'm standing right here though. When they try to reach you, gone.
I'm already gone.
Don't make it weird, yes, but that's quite alright.
Is that a fucking noose? Okay, no, it's just cables or wiring. Jesus Christ, I thought I was. Okay, we got some groovy guitar solos up in here. He's already gone. Interpolates the demo bells in my head. Huh. Nobody cares. That's quite alright with me. Yeah, River's just a little cool guy, man. He just likes every. He does that flow. Bitch, have you heard fucking Troublemaker? Checkmate, idiot. God, that's such a banger though. Red Album had some bangers, dude. I don't know. Make it weird, you don't gotta be. It's just like this is kind of the energy Rivers kind of needs, you know. He's just like, oh, you don't care? I don't care. I'm doing what I want. It's a sentiment he has mentioned for decades at this point, but it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do stuff that I think is cool. Sometimes it might not work, sometimes it will, but that's okay. That's just kind of the experience you're gonna get as a Weezer fan at this point. Or I guess in the entirety of Weezer as a whole, because how many times have people said, "Oh yeah, this album sucks. This album's great. This album sucks. This album's great." You know, there are people who are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, all of them are great." Or there's gonna be people that's like, "Oh, all of them suck." You know, it's just that can't please everyone. Or you know, just don't make it too deep. You don't have to overanalyze Weezer lyrics. You don't have to stretch it out like that. It's just, you know, keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of these tracks have been very bright, which I guess would make sense for the Gold album. I'm getting a lot of positivity from these tracks. Some might even be masked positivity, but yeah, I don't know. Just the way it sounds, and just some of the like lyrics behind it, but we'll see how we saw one of the best singles goes. Track number 4. We might as well be strangers. And then after that, CEO. Jesus Christ. Happy birthday. Thanks for the Valium. Oh, I thought it was volume. Like, I don't know, like a vinyl? I don't fucking know. I choose to get you, much I need you. Parasitic fishes, now we're history. We might as well be strangers. I was Nancy, you were vicious. Miss us. Something came along and changed us. Night's your birthday. Sup, Wednesday? celebrate a brighter, lighter, louder stack. Sorry, it's still a little new.
Why we lost you.
We might as well be strangers. They came along and changed us up. If I sang you a song, would you still sing along? I tried to write. Oh, here, listen. Jesus fucking Christ. That's such a banger. Something came along and changed us. If I sang you a song, would you still sing along? Yeah, I guess I will kind of ramble about this song more since I didn't make a short about it. I know CEO is next. I kind of had some thoughts about that, but I'll try to keep that one brief because, yeah, I already kind of talked about it. Anyway, yeah, I know I didn't make a video on probably the best single out of the rollout, you know, but I will say it is a great song. The build up, the like little soft to guitar harmonies, and also the fact that the artist's name is Wednesday, Weezer Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure they did drop it on a Wednesday too. It's like, you can't write this. You can't script this any better, dude. This is just how how perfection works. Guitar solo is pretty cool. I do like the additional featured vocals from Wednesday, and obviously the what was it, the bridge, you know, the ending of the bridge, that little scream from Wednesday Jesus, that is really good. That was a really nice little scream there. Add a little flavor to this, you know, to Rivers' little calm, sweet little vocals, even though Rivers can also scream. But yeah, it's a nice little touch to the track. Is this the best Weezer song that has a feature on it? It's probably up there. I mean, they had a couple of featured artists, you know. I just threw out The Love of My Dreams, Jesus Christ, Go Away, which has been getting more popular lately. Not my favorite off of everything. So it's like, I think I'm forgetting a track, but, you know, I can't stop thinking about it. So, yeah, we're gonna say that, yeah, this is probably, the best, or at least pretty much up there as one of the best Weezer tracks to have a feature on it, because I mean, there's not a lot of them, but you can rank them, and I like this one a lot, so it's probably gonna be high up there unless I'm, you know, kind of omitting something. But yeah, what a single, what a track, what a nice little everything about it, man. I don't know too much about Wednesday, but maybe I could tap in here and there. I'm liking what they provided for us, so that's always a good thing to take away with a feature like that. So yeah, best single, probably one of the best off the album, but we'll see. Next track, CEO. Cranking out another 90s jam, here with the Obsession guy and Tony Hawk.
Cranking out another 90s. Wish I could do something new. He wants to hear that.
They just want the classics. Can't blame him, really. Something special about your own shit. And be a real adult and give the people what they want. Here comes the CEO. Keep this rocket in the sky.
Just a kid from Connecticut. I miss those days.
Chilling out in my cocoon. Gotta keep this rocket in the sky.
It's getting me nowhere.
Yeah, what a sick solo, man. Here comes the CEO. Uh-oh.
I've gotta stop. Comes the founder and the CEO.
Look at this shit. It's getting me nowhere. Yeah, it's pretty funny how they also just go back to the sweater song when, like, this isn't the first time they've parodied the sweater song music video, because it's like, if you remember from Teal, they did the same thing in Africa. Well, they kind of like almost did a one-for-one recreation of it, but with Weird Al. So it's like, yeah, it's pretty funny how they just chose the Sweater song again, which, like, you know, is what it is. But imagine if they, like, I don't know, redid the El Scorcho music video, or freaking what, The Good Life. Or they couldn't say it is. So again, you know, unless they want to, like, I don't know, it's some music video, so it doesn't really matter too much. A little bit more funnier if they just, like, did a little compilation montage supercut of, like, them trying to recreate all their classic 90s music videos, whatnot. The meta commentary, I guess, you know, in a way it does kind of sound like rehashing of old talking points that Rivers might have, but I don't know if that's just something that Rivers has just been hearing over and over again, to the point where it's like, yes, I've been hearing it over and over again. I'm going to talk about it over and over again because people still keep bringing it up to me, which I don't know. I guess that's just that's just how the cookie crumbles when it comes to Weezer's history and musical output and just the legacy they've left. If you've been a relapsed Weezer fan, I guess this is new talking points for you. But if you've been in the know from what Weezer's been talking about for decades at this point, it's like, oh yeah. He's talked about this before. I still think it's cool. The guitar solo is pretty cool. I like the screaming vocals in the background once again. There's a lot of screaming in these back-to-back tracks, you know. We kind of need more of that. But anyway, I digress. Singles are done. Let's get on with the rest of the album. Let's see what the other half of this album has for us. Track number 6 out of 10, Hoops. If we remember from Winter, there's a song called Basketball.
Rolling.
What an opening line. Okay. Jesus Christ, dude. Ew.
Got a procedure just to fix my nose. The pain hurts.
What a verse.
I'm good where I am. I'm a straight. I don't wanna jump through your rigmarole.
Dude, this is so red. This is so Red Album coded. Whoa, calm down. I know I said I like more screaming, but calm down. Yeah, Rivers was saying some straight bullshit sometimes, but hey, what was underneath that? That went kind of hard. I don't know about you, but that kind of was a banger. That was kind of a banger, so I'm gonna take that. Next track, Nowhere. That was so Red Album coded, bro.
Sit with you.
Sit with me?
Grass is green and I don't wanna go nowhere. That's fair, but I don't
Fairs?
say that's great. I say that's fair.
Hey, yeah, scream for us, Rivers. Oh, hello? Little acoustic action to put up some shitbox condos. Let's go. Good commentary. You know, Weezer invented seasons. He doesn't want to go, man. He doesn't want to fucking go.
But I don't wanna go. The tree's just a part.
Oh wait, are we in a little different time signature? Are we in that little waltz signature? LA girls, please act.
That's what you get.
Paramore reference?
That's what you get.
Yeah, okay. Also another banger. I like the little acoustic, you know, plucking that we got there in the bridge or whatever. Hello, Synths? Yeah, okay, another cool song. Next track. The show must go on. What the fuck?
Daybreak out of bed, got duty, I am beat down to the one creeper out there listening to our song.
That's me.
My mother said,
Yep, shout out to Mother's Cuomo.
the show must go on.
Woo! What?
Brian had his heart broken, couldn't let her go.
Oh, okay. Let's just name all the band members.
Call it fate, call it denial.
Look at this guy, dude.
Like your mother said, you gotta
Like my mother?
put your game face on. The writing's on the wall.
Ew. Ew. Okay. Hey, one thing you can't knock is this guitar tone. This guitar tone is fucking gross. Ew. Actually, no, keep going. I like it. I'm liking it. Turn on the hope. See, I mean, this is what I mean by, like, yeah, it feels like an uplifting part of the aesthetic. Is it all sincere positivity? Probably not, but it's kind of, you know, like the shot in the arm that you kind of need. God damn. Is this still a half step tuned? Or are they tuned lower for these songs? Jesus Christ. Actually, wait. No, next track 9, Up in the Clouds. Is this the one from Eche Homo? Let's find out. Is this a different version?
Every animal pass away.
No. This is the Up in the Clouds. There's no way. Holy shit.
Everybody, can you
Tell me what you're still doing. My head is up in the clouds today. Okay, it's a little different. A little more acoustic. My head is up in the clouds today. Unless I turn it. Oh no, we're gonna keep it acoustic.
Getting lost in the stratosphere, it's fake sincere.
Oh.
Telling, letting go is my greatest strength.
Oh, hello.
Everybody,
My head is up in the clouds today. In the clouds today.
but now I'm lighter than you'll ever be. A honeybee,
A bumblebee.
I held on
Is are the verses still the same from the one I heard today? Hey Brian. Wow. We did it, guys. Well, this is wow. This is actually one of the first tracks that I've heard the leaked version, or not the demoed version first, and see it actually get recycled into a Weezer album. Wow. Yippee me. I'm sure a lot of these tracks have also been demoed, like maybe the deep depths of the Weezer community has already heard some of these songs before I ever heard these, but this one, Up in the Clouds, has been well documented because it's been on the Weezer Seconds that I definitely haven't touched in a while. I'm very sorry for that, but once you lose a little bit of interest on the Seconds videos, then like sometimes you gotta take a break, you know. That's my explanation for it, okay? Sorry if you've been waiting for another installment of it. I just got bored from it. But anyway, yeah, when we were looking at Eche Homo, because, you know, that was also in the lead up to Everything Will Be Alright in the end. And then, yeah, there's some lore to hear. This is the song that I have the most lore on out of any of these tracks, because everything else is pretty much new besides the singles. So, yeah, it's nice hearing it in, I guess, an official stance. Very much more low-key and acoustic than the one I know of, but I think that's just kind of the nature of the Rivers songwriting cycle. Sometimes it's not going to end up the way you heard it, you know. And as someone who really, really did like that out of like sifting through the Eche Homo demos, it is kind of a bummer that he did change it up, but I still like, you know, it still has the core elements of the song and I still like it. So it's like, yeah, sure, I would have liked it to be the like very much raw, heavier, soaring, you know, high up in the clouds version, but you know, I guess it's just nice to see it in an official setting. This is my first time kind of experiencing that like Rivers recycle process, so I don't know if this is a case of where it's like, oh, he fucking butchered the song, he ruined it, I like the demo version better. Matter of fact, I kind of want to hear it again just so I can remember what it sounded like. That's not Mr. Bean. We're not looking at Mr. Bean. Oh, look at that. Let's just react to the track, you know. The fuck? Can't control me no more. Next track, Up in the Cloud. Oh, speaking of a protector, I am liking these old paintings, these religious. Shut the fuck up, man. Okay, never mind. I think I'm lying. I think I'm thinking of a different Eche Homo track. Oh, Everybody Needs Salvation. That was a banger. Maybe a different song I was thinking of, but yeah, never mind. It's always been acoustic. I guess it's just more fuller now. Whoops, sorry. No, I feel like I think the way a chorus is sung is definitely different. Hell yeah! Maybe the drums are a little different too. There's definitely a different feel to it, and obviously Rivers is singing a little lower. So yeah, maybe it's not super different than I remember it being, but different enough to where you notice it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's definitely not one for one, obviously. But yeah, I still like it. It was a little bit more laid back, like slightly more laid back than I was talking about, I guess. But maybe if I don't just react to me reacting to it, maybe I can get a better feel of it. But anyway, I'm just glad it's finally on an official Weezer album. And yeah, this is my first instance of getting it in the demo version and seeing it, you know, be churned out into a Weezer album, an official one. That's pretty sick. But as the gathering starts, it unfortunately has to end with the illustrious track 10 out of 10, the LA Sound.
Wake up the guys.
Why does this sound like a different song? Like another song that I know of.
This club smells like piss.
Sorry. Let's go! I mentioned piss on the Gold album. How many people have already called this the piss album? That's messed up, dude. You heard his feelings. You heard Rivers Cuomo's feelings, dude. Why'd you say that? Why are you calling it a piss album, dude? That's messed up. Apologize to him right now. Say, I'm sorry, Rivers Cuomo, for calling the Gold album, the illustrious album 20, the piss album. It was very wrong for me to do, and I will be showing gratitude from here on out. Say it! Do it! Okay, no, I was just kidding. Anyway, yeah, the piss album was great.
Flights of stairs.
Yeah!
Your face.
I mean, you've been kind of doing that with these guitar tones.
Take you down. This is
LA's rockin', man!
Hunter's hummus plate
What?
drive. We came to melt.
Let's harmonize, buddy. Let's harmonize. We're getting dueling guitar solo. You know what? Hey, hey. That was kind of sick. The LA Sound.
The real thing. This is the LA Sound.
Okay. Is that Pat? Well, yeah, that's the LA Sound. Hey, that dueling like double guitar solo thing was pretty cool. LA love letter, I guess. LA has been getting a couple of wins over the past couple of years. Pretty much letting you guys know that is one of one. And you know what? That is true. LA is definitely one of places in this country, which is good. You know, having uniqueness in your city is great and all that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. With that being said, that's it. We did it. We got our first Weezer album in our first new Weezer album in 4 years since the Seasons EP. And yeah, it was a fun listen. It was a fun little listen. I am really liking the guitars on this album. They are sounding very muddy in a good way, very kick-ass, very heavy. I want to say that there's still like half tuned down a half step still, but I don't know if they even tuned lower. It sounds lower, but maybe I'm just bad with hearing. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of. It feels like a very positive, uplifting album with the way Rivers is kind of just like speaking his mind. Like I've been saying, sure there aren't that many. There aren't that many happy-go-lucky tracks like on CEO where he is kind of like going back to that the 90s. But hey, the 90s weren't that bad, so why not? It's one of those sentiments that we're kind of getting where it's like Rivers is, I guess, rolling with the punches or just kind of eating them on the chin because like he is talking about some sort of criticism, some sort of self-doubts or I guess insecurities and whatnot, but he just feels very much numb to it in a way. Like he's just like, no, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. and just moves on. I guess that could be the best way to handle stuff like that, because Weezer is definitely a band who has faced criticism time and time again. While I did like a lot of the tracks on here, and I think it was pretty fun to listen to front to back just because I am a Weezer fan, is this gonna be the album to win back a bunch of, you know, critics or skeptics of Weezer? I don't necessarily know. Maybe the guitar tones will be enough to kind of get you there, but they're I don't know. It feels like it's gonna be a grower for those who are willing to listen. Because for me, I'm liking a good handful of these tracks, but I think it's gonna take a little bit more to kind of like really dig myself into these tracks. The obvious positive that I've been giving is like the just sound musically, the instrumentation wise. I don't know what the fuck Kenny Beats and company put in these guitars and in these instruments, but they sound gross and great. And I kind of like that. I think Say Yes is probably like one of the fastest songs on here. It's not like we're blazing through these tracks. Like, it's not like a thrash metal record that Weezer is. It's pretty much still like your typical Weezer rocking sound, but just a little more slower and methodical, I guess. Yeah, a lot of these tracks feel very, very on the slower side of things. I guess they want to take it in a more like heavy rock route, which is fine. I can appreciate that. So it's like Hoops. Even though some of the even though some of the lines will make you raise an eyebrow a bit, but then again, that's kind of Rivers Cuomo lyric writing here and there. So it's like the track was still a banger. Nowhere is still a banger. Show Must Go On. It just feels like another like checkup on how the band is doing. It doesn't sound anything close to like a farewell album or like a very in-depth kind of saddening album like we got from like Winter or whatnot. This feels very much like we're here, we're still rocking, and we're still gonna make music for us, for our fan base, yeah, come along for the ride still, because this ride isn't gonna end anytime soon, I'm assuming. It's just a fun little album to I guess let us back in. Maybe if you have been waiting for 4 years, I don't know. I'm conflicted. I really want to like play up to the bit and just glaze this and say this is like the album of the year. This is the best album of all time. This is Weezer's best album. I mean, obviously, it's hard to judge off first listen, off rip, right? But it's not Weezer's best album. Then again, like, you aren't always gonna get. you are gonna have to roll the dice when it comes to Weezer. They can make one of the best albums of the 2020s, and also one of the most okay-ish albums of the 2020s. You know, that's just kind of the game we play with Weezer. And this is not a bad album at all, but I think it's just a nice little fun listen. You know, kind of not something that I'm like, oh yeah, this is Weezer's best ever, or this is Weezer's best of the decade. No, that probably will still go to OK Human and Seasons Winter, but it's still fun. There's a lot of tracks in here that I'm like, oh yeah, these are gonna make the Weezer highlights. I know I didn't add them along the way. Maybe once I do another listen or so, then I'll be like, oh yeah, this is definitely going on the Weezer highlights playlist. Might as Well Be Strangers, great single. CEO, I'm liking it. Sue me. I can omit the fact that it is just essentially Sweater Song Part 2. The Shine Again chorus is fun. The instrumentation on Hoops and Nowhere. I'm glad we finally got Up in the Clouds on an official track list. Yeah. A lot of stuff to be proud of on this album, but I might need to let some of this grow more on me to where it's like, oh yeah, this is great. I think it's just another solid Weezer album. Sorry. Also the guitar solos. Guitar solos were pretty fun on this album. Yeah. The guitar work on this album, great. The instrumentation, great. It's just that, some of these, maybe it's just not the Weezer that I'm really looking at. If you like the more, like, slower, heavier Weezer tracks, then yeah, these are gonna be great. And I do like that sound too, but it's not my It's not my number one, so maybe that's why it could be. Also, it's like, but I do like some of the changes they got on here. I guess, you know, like having Kenny Beats as a fucking producer for some reason. But yeah, I think it's a fun listen. I think it was a fun listen. Now, in the next Weezer album, are we getting something that builds upon this, or are we getting something in a completely different vein? I guess we'll find out. That's just how the Weezer cycle rolls, you know. There are definitely some instances where it reminds me of certain other Weezer eras, but the one that I just really is just sticking in my mind for some goddamn reason is Van Weezer. And like, I don't know. Maybe that's just because that's just what I'm feeling right now. Obviously, it's not this heavy metal, you know, Van Halen inspired sound at all. But it's just the, I don't know, it's just the feel that I get. Some of these songs just feel like they would have ended up on Van Weezer had they been, you know, curated for that era in the time, if you get what I'm saying. And, you know, that's not a bad thing. You know, Van Weezer isn't the worst Weezer album you can be compared to. So, there's that, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like I'm very negative on this album. I just think it was a very cool, fun listen. Nothing more, nothing less. Like I said, it could grow on me, right? Maybe with more listens and more listens, it'll climb the ranks of the Weezer ladder. But for now, I think it's just kind of like in that like middle range, above middle range, where it's like, oh yeah, a lot of these tracks are pretty much passable. But besides like a few tracks like, you know, CEO, Might As Well Be Strangers, Poops, Nowhere. Yeah, it's like you got a lot of competing tracks to like, you know, outdo yourselves once again. And, you know, this will probably just come with time. This probably was coming time where it's like, oh yeah, maybe in like a few months I'll be like, oh yeah, this is actually Weezer's best album. Do I feel that right now? Not per se, but this is far from their worst album. Jeez, what a bar to clear. Yeah, no. It's a good fun listen. I'll just leave it there. I know. Sounds very in the middle fence sitting, but you know, is what it is. I will say, We Might As Well Be Strangers. I think that might be one of the best Weezer songs of the decade. And I will say, Weezer has some pretty good tracks from this decade. We honestly can't sleep on Weezer's 2020 run, because there's not that much to go off of. But Okay Human, banger. Van Weezer had some bangers. Seasons EP, yeah, there's a track you can take from each one. Winter, banger. And then the Gold Album, which time will tell if it'll be up there. But yeah, if they're saying this is Weezer's best album in years, technically they're right, but only if they meant like their best album since Okay Human or Seasons Winter. Other than that, you haven't been an active Weezer listener, and that's okay. I'm just saying, holy LARP. I really want to play up to the bit and just say that this is the best album of all time, but sorry guys. It pains me to say this, but there have been better albums this year than Weezer. I know. Can you see me crying tears too? Sad realization. But hey, happy 30 to Pinkerton, happy 25 to Green, 10 to the White Album, and happy 5 to Van Weezer and Okay Human. Woo! Very much a lot of anniversaries this year. It's just nice to see that the Weezers are still going and going strong, and probably not going to be ending anytime soon, hopefully. Because you know why? They're going on tour, and I'm going with them, baby. I'm gonna see a Weezer show live, baby. It's not Pinky Tour, but it's a Weezer show. I'm gonna see them live in person, and I can't freaking wait. I'll see you guys at the gathering. But before we end it off, I think we gotta do a little something, right? Gotta do a little something. This might be very, very early to do this, but I mean, we gotta do it, right? We gotta include it on the Weezer ladder, baby. Oh my god, when's the last time I touched this thing? And as we look at the Weezer ladder, and oh Jesus Christ, oh my god, I have not touched this in a while, haven't I? Jesus, it's dirty as all hell. Wow, okay, we gotta clean this up. Get rid of that web. The Strokes, what are you doing here? Get that out of the way, Julian. It's not your turn. As you can see, we have the Weezer ladder. You know, we have Ratitude and the El Hoiso projects. Look at that, it's all cleaned up now. Isn't that great? Ain't that great? Do this, Weezer Ladder, and the Gold album, baby. Wow, this is it's a very hard thing to rank right now. I'm kind of being put on the spot. I'm kind of pissing my pants, realizing where to put it. Okay, it's better than Ratitude, obviously. Let's keep it around here for now. In that ballpark of like around there. Is it better than Summer? Maybe. I don't know. It's been a while since I listened to Summer fully. Red has Angel in the 1. Yeah, it's around that area. I think it's around that area. I don't know. I've been kind of... Green has been kind of growing on me for some reason. But no. Never mind. We'll leave it there for now. Ranking subject to change. Obviously, it's still a new album. Still fresh in everyone's mind. It could go up. It could go down. Who knows? But it's around that ballpark. We'll see how I'm feeling in a week or so. And yeah. That's it. I think that's it. It's a very fun, listenable album. Got some great tracks on there. Might as well be strangers. Really great track. So yeah. I'll leave it there for now. Thank you for watching another Weezer Wednesday reaction in the books. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Watch my other Weezer videos if you want to. There is a lot of them. Watch my non-Weezer videos if you want to. There's a lot of that. Yeah. So, now that we've all gathered once again, let me know. How does this rank within your Weezer album rankings? You know, is it too soon to do that? Probably. But I want to hear what you guys think about the album. You guys think it's their best sounding album in a while, even though there's not a lot to compare. Okay, there's not too much to compare to within this decade, but is it their best album of the 2020s? Let me know. Is this their best album, period? Let me know. I think it's just another good, fun, listenable batch of tracks. Nothing really too offensive for me, but nothing where it's like on that verge of like wowing me and like, wow, this is actually like Weezer at the top of their game kind of thing. I think it's just, you know, Weezer doing their thing, having a little bit of their fun, get a little heavy on us, and yeah, I'm having my fun too. If Rivers is having fun, Rivers is in a good mood, the band is in a good mood, I'm in a good mood. So I'll take what we got. Far from dog shit, that's for sure. That's for true. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys at the Gathering tour. I can't wait. So glad they're back. The boys are back. Thanks for joining us. Did I have an outro for this stuff? Bonus tracks that we expected is that apparently there is a playlist. What's next on the list, right? Nothing. Oh, well, actually, I know what's next on the list. The Gathering tour. Duh. Oh, shit. Yeah. Watch, as soon as I fucking stop recording, dude, I'm gonna, like, instantly regret my ranking. Oh, well. It is what it is. Shout out to Weezer. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to Rivers. They're back. Shout out to Kenny Beats. I gotta listen to that Denzel Curry album now.